Good morning. I'm Joe Clark, the managing partner of the Financial Enhancement Group. Welcome to the Market Carver. If you're new to this, understand we have an allocation meeting each week. We manage money for people internally. We do that looking at a lens of four different things. We call it our four-legged stool. The theory being if an investment has at least three legs, it'll hold up in most of the storms. If it has two legs or less, it could tip over, and we're going to eliminate it. So each week I try to bring you an update of things that we see that are going on in the world. One of those legs is clearly the technical leg, and when we look at what's going on in this crazy chart, you can see that the Dow has had roughly a 15,000 point swing down and then up. One of the things that technicals tell you is things that are in motion tend to stay in motion. When you look at that chart, it's pretty clear over the last 7 years, the motion down and then the motion back up. Now the problem is living through that is really a more difficult thing to do. We would never encourage somebody just to buy and hold when a market is going down. You've got to be able to be reactive to the things that are going on in the world when you see those changes. And it's, you know, at the end of the day, it worked out, but it was a very, very, very painful ride and not a lot of growth on capital in 7 years. We can't let that happen during a retirement time. It was simply unacceptable to a large degree. This is a sad picture of one of the legends of the investment world. Paulson was the one who got the housing correction right in 2008, got out of the way, made a fortune for people, and he's just had bad years since. Gold has really got him in a conundrum here. He's got almost half of his money in gold, $9.5 billion worth of hedge fund money that is tied up in one investment. I would encourage you to understand two things. One is that smart people can get it wrong. Lord knows we've had it wrong inside of here. Our average client's been with us longer than 7 years. When your firm's only 15 years old, that's a pretty major feat, and I'm very honored to be able to say that. The reality is, if you've done this for 7 years, you're going to go from hero to zero to hero more often than I would like to when it looks at market returns. It's just not always going to work perfectly, and it's not for him right now. The reality is, as an individual, you should never have that much of your money tied up in one area. You know, it's a shot that you don't. It's a mistake to put that much at risk, where one element has to be able to work out. In a hedge fund, you can do that. When you have $1 billion yesterday and tomorrow and still next week, which he does, he can get away with it. It's not something that we would encourage an individual to try to be able to do. You know, back in 2006, 2007, on a radio show, on newspaper columns, we were writing about the demographic storm that was coming. That storm told us a lot of important things, and when 2008 hit, people forgot about the demographics. They just saw the housing crisis, and in our mind, the tsunami of the demographics is what led to the housing crisis. Well, now you have one of the Fed chairmen that are coming out from the story leg, this is the macroeconomic piece, saying, you know what, this may be more structural demographically than it even is from the meltdown of the housing back in 2008. I think he's exactly right. I just think we're late to the punch to be having that conversation. But if you've missed it, get with it. This is an important conversation, and you're going to hear more about it as the time comes. This is Financial Literacy Month. I'd like to change it to Financial Application Month. It doesn't do any good to know if you don't do. Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself things that you need to work on. Let's talk about your 5 critical elements. Have a cup of coffee and see if we can find a way to work together that would be mutually beneficial. If you're out on Saturday mornings, be sure to catch the radio show 9 to 10 on WQME on Saturdays, 10 to 11 on Sunday mornings on Shine 99. Happy to have you either way. If there's anything we can do to be of service, please don't hesitate to give us a call, 800-928-4001. God bless. Have a great week. We'll see you again soon.